Welcome back. Don't know what we're doing tonight, but as far as I know, this thing's leaving tomorrow. So, looks like she's getting kind of filled in a little bit. So, yeah. Mixed emotions here. You know, once things are painted and finalized, it gets a little sketchy. But, it's got to be done. Alright, we are going to go ahead and change that while we're here, because I guess tomorrow when the 55 leaves, this truck's got to be up in the air. Okay, got her apart. No idea why it was leaking. You know, it looks fine. As far as we can remember, we changed it just, you know, maybe what, 5 years ago? But it's been sitting. I don't see any rips. I don't see any tears. I hear a lot of noise. But, you know, whatever. We'll change it. Okay, we got her back on. And now we're going to prime it up and see if it leaks and see if we got to pull it out. I'm hoping that it was just that accelerator pump leaking and not something wrong with one of the housings. So, you always worry about that with the cast metal. Oh, I hear something going on. I think he reached in and hit the key. Yeah, you can see we got fuel pressure. So that's running. Okay. So, okay, shut her down and we'll just come back in a little while and take a look. See if she's leaking. Okay, we've had a hard time finding the right lug nuts for this thing. So we're taking one more quick measurement. But yeah, with 8 of them on each wheel. He doesn't have to buy all of them if he doesn't have to.
What do you need 4?
Okay, 1.855 from side to side. And of course we're checking the lug nut guys here. And that means that the 1.9s that are probably the ones we need, they're of course out of stock because that's how it works. Quick little pro tip. If you're looking for a leak somewhere, throw a nice clean paper towel under it. Usually helps you figure out exactly where it is. Or if you're looking for like an oil drip or a tranny drip underneath, nice large sheet of cardboard. Then you usually trace it back up. It's been about a half an hour. Let's take a look. Okay, I don't see any spots yet. That's always a good start. All right, we're going to pop these 2 front tires off real quick, pick the truck up, and look at the front suspension stuff that we had ordered for steering. Okay. So, we want to change that idler, the inners and outers, and unfortunately the pitman, which I don't know that we brought a pitman puller, but we'll see. Okay, before pulling anything apart, a thing we like to do when we have the option is to kind of verify that all the parts look correct. So, everything's looking about like what we expect. The next thing we're going to do is go ahead and pull the tie rod ends off and get those out. We're just taking them out as a unit because we bought new sleeves, and then we will make the new ones the same length, you know, give or take a 1/16 of an inch or so that it'll be pretty close for driving down to get an alignment. Don't want to totally scrub the tires out just to go get an alignment. People down south who don't know about it, up here you don't get to reuse cotter keys because rust is a real problem. Even in a vehicle that hasn't actually been out in the winter in years and years and years, rust is still a problem here. So you're always fighting it. Okay, so we got that out. I just got to pop that idler off and these 2. But before I do, I'm going to build the 2 new ends and have them sitting so that they're the same. What I like to do, and it makes the alignment guy happy, is make sure to put a little bit of anti-snot on there. That little bit of nickel goes a long way to making it a little easier. Because remember, these are like a turnbuckle. So one's left-hand thread and one's normal thread. And then he can turn this and out to lengthen it to set the toe. So, okay, I'm going to get those built up real quick. Okay, we're going to go ahead and put the 2 inner zerks in before it goes up. And then, not tight or anything, but we've got her sitting here. And I'm getting ready to yank that pitman and get that changed. And then we can throw the drag link back up. Okay, and just like that, well, it looks like just like that, but it's been a little while. All of that's been changed. It's tightened down. We did wind up having to pull these to get this in. unlike the old sloppy one, the new one's just too snug. We couldn't get all that to pop in, so had to do it the, yanking that. Got all the keys in. Now these aren't super snug yet. I'm gonna get it down on the ground and then eyesight the toe to get it as close as we can before I lock those down. So yeah, this came out pretty nice. That popped off without too much drama. So yeah, that's going to make a giant difference in the steering on this car. This is the arm puller that we used. There's a couple different styles. This one did the job. Hey, look at that. Paper towel's still dry. And it's definitely been a little while. It's getting a little later. So now we're getting ready to straighten the steering wheel and kind of get this initial set now that we're on the ground a little. It's never fun, especially when the key locked. Okay, so we've got some wheels on. In our next visit, we're going to, well, maybe not the next one, but in a visit, we want to repack the wheel bearings. But at this point, now that we know she's not leaking, I think he's going to put his air cleaner back on. And tomorrow the truck's going to have to move. We just picked it up as high as it went and kind of looked, and there's no way the 55 is sliding under her. So it's better safe than sorry. Don't want to drop a truck on the 55 after all the work that's been into it. I think nobody would win with that. So on the upside, he'll be able to make sure that we haven't done anything crazy to the truck, get it moved. I think we're going to slide this in here so nothing gets lost. Just like that. All of that stuff's all done. Pretty happy about that. And she's sitting pretty good. So we're pretty close on the alignment. Like I said, good enough for getting around. Alright, I guess this is going to be the closeout of a 73 pickup video for today. Hopefully the weather gets a little better soon so that we can finish this. Takes so long to get it warm in here. It sure would be nice if it was just nice out. For those that don't remember, here's the interior. Nice and green. Yeah, pretty happy with. Honestly, it wasn't that painful to change all that. And the idler and the pitman arm were definitely worn. And one of the outers and one of the inners was very worn. So it was worth changing all of that. It'll make a difference in how it drives. So anyway, guess we're going to pass it off over to ShopRex. ShopRex says, thanks for watching.